Why should I be worried?
Yeah, well, that was a great summary, Jesse. And, really one of the driving goals of our foreign policy for decades now has been protecting the U.S. dollar. And at this point, this administration is throwing that away. And the reason that matters for regular people, not only does that erode our influence in the world, it's bad for our economy. It takes away some of the advantages that we have. But this is something where if the abandonment of the dollar takes off, for 80 years now, we have flooded the world with U.S. dollars. They've kept hold of them. That's been fantastic because they give them useful things. They give us toasters and cars and copper mines for those dollars. Now, the problem is if we throw that away, all of those dollars come flooding back into America. That means we have way too many dollars. We have a word for that, which is inflation. So we could see enormous inflation, and that's at a time when our banks are already wobbling.
So what can Joe Biden do about this right now? Because it seems like the entire world is conspiring against us and the dollar.
Yeah, there's two things. One of them we have been trying to get him to do for a long time, which is cut the spending. The inflation right now for the past, year and a half, Americans have been suffering, highest inflation in 50 years because of all the government spending. Forget raising, interest rates, forget all these shenanigans with the banks, cut the spending. Number two is we need to learn to mind our own business. Other countries have their way of doing things. If we go in there and we start dictating social policy, they start to get scared. And, what happened after Russia went into Ukraine is we seized the assets of the Russian central bank. Those were the dollars that they were holding. We did not even do that during the Soviet Union. We had, proxy wars going on all over the world, and we didn't even do that. This administration is just absolutely reckless. That sends a message to every country in the world that if you get on the wrong side of our LGBT policies,